Oliver and Jumpy, Volume 11, by Werner Stacekow. Small World, Shark Frenzy, and Letter in a Bottle. Is this your first encounter with Oliver and Jumpy? Yes? Then let me tell you about them. Oliver is an elegant tomcat, and Jumpy is his best friend. They are always on the lookout for new adventures together. Oliver lives in a tree house on the mighty oak tree. He is the most famous cat in the country. Small World by Werner Stacekow. Illustrator Mario Tereso. There are a lot of beautiful things in this world. Many are so tiny that we can hardly see them. Lie down in the grass and observe what is going on between the blades. The best way is to become tiny yourself. In our local castle is a special door. If you cross the threshold, you become very little and part of that small world. I opened the door and entered a big world. Grass had become trees, and little pebbles large rocks. Huff, huff. A green caterpillar came puffing along. He was bigger than I was. "May I hitch a ride, Mr. Caterpillar?" I asked. "I'm a lady. Jump on." I sat on her round back and enjoyed the unfamiliar scenery as she walked along. Soon she reached her destination. She was visiting her grandchildren for playtime. I said thank you and continued on foot. Unexpectedly, a big black beetle jumped out from behind a rock. "You look like a tasty bite for dinner," he said. "I'm a poisonous black devil. You can eat me, but you will regret it," I lied to him. "Well, I guess I shouldn't risk it. I'm not really into furry animals anyway. Their hair makes me sneeze." "That was pretty clever," said a tiny voice. It was an ant. "He may have had you for dinner otherwise. Come and visit our home. I will introduce you to the Queen." I was eager to meet some nice company, so I gladly went along. We walked deep into the ant hill. After many turns, we reached the Queen. "Welcome to Antland," she said. She was tired from laying eggs. "Let's have a feast." We had a nice meal and a special acrobatic performance, after which I had to get on with my journey. Some of the ants took me to the main street. I walked along the road when a storm suddenly surprised me. Beetles and flies were looking for hiding places. "Go and hide, the rain is coming." I have never been afraid of rain before and wondered why everybody was so frantic. Huge drops started to splash around me. They were as big as I was. I got trapped inside a raindrop. We were all flowing toward a big red serpent lapping up the water. I could see that it was Jumpy's tongue. She was drinking the water on the path. Luckily, she missed my drop, or I would have ended up in her stomach without her knowing it. I was tired from all my adventures. A beautiful ladybug came by. "Can you please take me up into the sky so I can find home?" I begged her. She let me sit on her back. Up we went. We flew so high that I could see the castle. Ladybug took me there, and I was very grateful to walk back through the door, where I became my usual Oliver size again. Wouldn't it be fun if you could join me next time? Tiny bye. Are you scared of sharks? You will like the next story. Shark Frenzy by Werner Steskow. Illustrator Macy Ann Reyes. Every spring, many whales pass our coastline as they head down to Antarctica. They usually have a stopover nearby. Many of us get our boats, greet the whales, and go out to play. You may wonder how we could play with these huge animals. Whales rise from the deep to blow their noses. They shoot a jet of water up high. The bravest children jump into the sea and swim to where the whales break the surface. The whales know the children are there, so they blow their spouts just under them. We always look out for sharks. They are sneaky and like to catch an easy meal. The shark alarm went off. All of the swimmers scrambled to board their vessels. Joey was not far from our little boat. "Quickly, Joey!" we shouted. Joey was a show-off and tried to appear brave. "Don't worry, he won't get me." But suddenly a fin appeared. "Quickly, Joey!" Joey thought we were joking. Then he saw his mom's terrified face and swam faster. He had barely raised one leg into the boat when the shark opened his big mouth. I snatched an oar and pushed it right down the shark's throat. "Ouch, that hurts! That was my dinner! I'm going to get you!" He would not let go. Soon he was behind the boat and kept pushing us away from the others. It was getting scarier every minute. The boat pitched and tossed, and we had to hold on for dear life. Have you ever had a shark scare? I don't wish it on anybody. I love chili. That's why I always have a bottle of my favorite brand with me. Sharky opened his mouth and got ready to bite off a chunk of our boat. I was tired of his persistence, so I took out my precious bottle of hot chili and tossed it down his throat. I loved what happened next. Sharky munched the bottle, and when he finally tasted the chili, he started coughing, wriggling, and diving deep into the ocean to rinse his mouth. He definitely was not happy and finally stopped his chase. After getting back on shore, we wanted to have a beach party. Soon a bonfire and a barbecue were underway. We danced around the fire at sunset. Even the fairies came. In the depths of the ocean One very troubled shark was thinking of revenge. The chili continued to burn him. Have you ever sent a letter in a bottle? Letter in a Bottle by Werner Steskow. Illustrator Vinyl Rudge. Foxy had been naughty again. He was always getting into trouble with his mum. Today he was supposed to sweep the crumbs from under the table, but he brushed them under the carpet, and his mum just happened to turn around at that very moment. "Up to your room! Write an essay about how you will better yourself," she said. He sat down at his desk in front of the window. Foxy liked to dream a lot. He imagined that his room was a prison. He wrote, "Help me! I am being held prisoner in a house near the river. There are 3 coconut palms out front and a barking dog." Foxy removed the roses and placed his letter inside the bottle. He sealed it with chewing gum. Then he threw it into the middle of the stream. The swift current carried it rapidly down to the sea. Foxy did not expect to ever hear of it again. Jumpy, Joey and I were walking on the beach. Suddenly Joey cried out excitedly, "I have found a bottle with a letter!" I removed the gum from the bottle's neck with my pocket knife. "It looks like somebody has been kidnapped. We have to rescue him." But where to start? I read the note again. A river with a house and 3 coconut trees in front, and a barking dog. There was a river emptying into the sea near us. We could ask the postman. Indeed, the postman knew of such a house. We decided to hide and observe this house to see if something suspicious was happening. Eventually, we could see the head of a boy appearing in an upper window. "I will climb up to the window and talk to him." I easily climbed the fence. "Hi, boy, are you the prisoner? We read your letter. My friends and I have come to rescue you." Before Foxy could answer, the door opened and his mum entered. "Who is a prisoner? Foxy, ask your friend to come in." We found out that this was just Foxy's latest prank. His mum asked Jumpy and Joey to come into the house. She invited us for tea. Everything had a great ending. We made new friends, and Foxy was released from his confinement. The bottle in the river went. A letter, thus, our Foxy sent. The current to the beach it brought. "There's a message," Joey thought. "Right and left, left and right. Get ready for the rescue fight. Down we sit for tea, the naughty prisoner now free." Foxy bye. Thank you very much for reading Oliver and Jumpy. You are now a special friend, and you will be able to take part in all their adventures.